two, one, go.
Good afternoon and welcome to Dr. Khanna's Returning Youth Show, where we are returning youth and young adults back to a productive life after incarceration. Please visit returningyouth.com and donate today. That's returningyouth.com. We're live on the radio to over 30 million homes on WPAT 930 AM every Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're streaming live on Facebook at facebook.com/returningyouth, as well as YouTube. Just go ahead and search Returning Youth on YouTube. Dr. Khanna is an attorney, a child safety advocate, and a servant of the underserved, and a champion of the nonprofit Voice of the Kids. Dr. Khanna launched his Post-Incarceration Juvenile Justice Reformation Act initiative, also known as the Returning Youth Initiative. Dr. Khanna saw that the Reformation Act did not adequately care for ex-offenders once they were released, and he decided he would address this with his Returning Youth Initiative by providing post-incarcerated individuals and young adults with housing and training, along with the required medical and psychological assistance needed to secure a job, build their careers, and greatly improve their lives. I'm your host, Angelica Robinson. Please welcome. We've got the whole Dr. Khanna team here, the Returning Youth team here. We've got Sharon Miller, our producer extraordinaire. We've got Ryan Fagan, who handles our business and legal and so much more. So welcome, team. Thank you both for being here. I appreciate the both of you. And we've got lots and lots of updates this week, right?
We got a lot more. Yeah, we got a lot more exciting things. Last week it was, we were unveiling a lot of things, and they just keep coming. So this week the most exciting thing I think is what we're doing is we've been able to introduce unfurling our corporate sponsorship program. So allowing people, businesses, corporations to become part of our initiative, part of the movement, part of the momentum of what's going. So that is all available. Sharon's did a great job of getting that all up and running and available for folks. And so if we want, she is the person on this one. She can tell you all about what's going on with that. But yeah, that was unfurled this week. So we've got the opportunity to, as we meet with folks, not only can they become involved on the individual level, volunteering and helping, but they can go to their corporations or their businesses. We can partner up with them not only for services, but for advertising purposes, for their benefit, for allowing us to do a lot of things. And it's just and just give us a lot of interaction. And that's an exciting area of growth, because it allows us to meet additional needs and provide additional resources for our post-incarcerated participants. It's an amazing program that Sharon's put together. So Sharon, if you want to talk a little bit about that, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. So, we kind of started out looking at, obviously we've got a lot of states rolling out, and, to get the states rolled out, it's really important that we bring in, the financial support that we need. So that kind of started the whole corporate sponsorship aspect of it. We've got to have something that if we're going to go to a business and ask them for funds to support, the rollout of this in their state, we need to make sure that they're gaining something out of it. So our statewide, corporate sponsorship program starts as small as $1,000 investment. And goes up to 20,000, depending on if they want to be on our monthly newsletters and, how much they want to be out on, recognized on social media and different things like that. So we started out there, and then we said, well, there's going to be a lot of people who may have a business that's in multiple states, or they want to support us in multiple states. So behind that, we've rolled out a national program. So, so if you want to be in just your state, you can do that. Or if you want to be on, on a nationwide exposure basis, we can do that. We will offer some discounts for people if they just say, I really just want to be in like 2 states or 3 states. We'll work with them on that aspect of it, because we don't want to get to the point that it becomes, so costly that somebody doesn't want to get involved. But, we just want to make sure that there's something out there that people can put their name to, because obviously for most businesses, when you're involved and you're supporting something, that's like what we're doing, so impactful across our country, you want recognition for it, and some people don't care, but, even if they don't, we want to make sure they get that recognition because we do care.
Absolutely. And the outpouring of of support, just when I've mentioned it to people without even before we fully finalized all of the packages, is when I talk to folks, they want to be involved. They see what we're doing and they said absolutely. It's like anything else. It's the opportunities to change lives, to change communities, to change families, is people want to do that. They want to, they're despite what sometimes we hear in the media, people in America are generally kind and care about each other, and so despite what we may hear from time to time, but and that's reassuring, and people are very excited to see it. So when we had the opportunity, and again, I had Sharon and I were working together. She was finalizing it this week. She and I made a mad trip to the print shop to get them printed out so I could take them to a meeting earlier in the week. And I walked in, presented it, and the guy I was talking with was like, wow, very impressed, very excited about it. He says, I can see this is going to get, there's going to get you foothold, because people, that's what we want. People want to be involved. We want to allow, we want to see, because there's so many opportunities. There's so many, such a need, as we talk about every week, Angelica. We've talked many times about the need permeates. It crosses every dividing line that we can think of in the country, and everybody is impacted by this post-incarceration issue and the incarceration issue. And if we can bring that back into people, bring it back to where on the corporate level, nationwide, we can get people involved and stir this up. That allows us the opportunity to do more things, but also allows those corporations and those companies to partner with us, and they can push it out on their platforms as well, and they can be promoting what we're doing. It makes it easier, and that's really ultimately what it's about, is getting the word out, getting people involved, and letting people that are post-incarcerated or know of people that are post-incarcerated, letting them know we're here. And that's the biggest thing is, we can do all we can, but if we can't make the connection with the individuals that need help, or the companies that need, our services, or need, whatever, if we can't make that connection, then we're all just spinning our wheels. And this is Sharon, and Sharon and her team did a great job putting this together. And I'm looking forward to, being able to fully engage more thoroughly with our corporate sponsors and businesses across the country. And it's very exciting. And we're seeing that unfold. We're seeing a lot of, and then just on a smaller basis, and just, as Sharon said earlier, we said earlier, we're going out in all the lots of different states. So, last week we talked a lot about, what we were doing in Montana, and that's thriving. That's awesome. The opportunities up there with Marvel Vision Center in Hamilton, Montana, and the 3142 Bistro. Those are phenomenal things. We've got some things in the works now. We're talking to some folks in the Newark, New Jersey area, to try to get some things hopping over there, get some things going in Wilmington, Delaware, and doing things back over here on the East Coast where our radio audience is, just trying to get, because the need's everywhere. And this is where, our home is in our initiative home is in here in New York. And we want folks to be aware of it. We want to be out there as a presence. And that's what it's about. It's exciting to see more and more people getting involved and getting excited about what we're doing, what Dr. Khanna is pushing forward, and the opportunities are available for folks. But I'll stop talking. I'll stop talking. Let you all go.
Because I've got some questions, though, because I'm not really involved in the side of the corporation sponsorships and partnerships, and so just for clarification, especially for those who are listening, for corporations who may want to get involved, or for individuals that are listening in that they can kind of help to identify. These are identified corporations that not only want, to partner with the Returning Youth Program in a way of where they are employing post-incarcerated individuals, but also, I mean, they also have their own, reasonings of not just to employ post-incarcerated individuals, but also to have their own advantages as a corporation, as a business, to be non-discriminatory in that kind of way, to help, like how does this, okay, we got a little bit of a breakdown.
There we go. That's I was looking at.
That was the question. This is my question I was leading to, is how is this partnership amazing for businesses? How can we, what are those advantages for the corporations? Because we know what the advantages for the post-incarcerated individuals. Employment, that is a big thing, and these are designated places where you can go and you will not be discriminated against for being a post-incarcerated individual.
Right. And what we've done, and Sharon has done a great job, as I said, of laying all of this out. But this, for at the various levels, if those of you that are watching us on Facebook or any of the social media platforms, Sharon has, we've got a image up, but those are on the radio. Numbers don't work as well on the radio sometimes, but there's just stages of or the different levels of membership, of sponsorship, and that ranges in from just getting, having your business name identified on our website, for our state website, and that can give you for $1,000. You get options to purchase tickets to any of our events that we have in your state. And you just get, and then on our events, you get recognized at all of our events. As you move up, you get additional provisions. You get things in the programs. You get different recognition on social media, and you have, again, you always get that option for purchasing tickets. You get your name or your logo on our website, depending upon the level of sponsorship that you have. And again, Angelica, it's also, that does send the message out. It allows these companies to say, hey, we are supporting this. This is a great cause. What Dr. Khanna and his group are doing is outstanding. It's going to benefit our state, or our region or whatever. It allows them to get behind this, show that they're on board with this. And it also, as you said, it does show those folks in post-incarcerated world that this is a company, this is an employer that gets it. They understand the struggles that you as a post-incarcerated individual are facing or have faced, and they will, they want to talk to you about employment. They want to talk to you about doing business with you. If you're a vendor for them, they want to, and that's another thing. It allows our corporate sponsors to make connections with our participants, and our and just that connection. It's a really, wonderful, just networking idea. But
and they'll also receive, I'm sorry, Ryan, didn't mean to interrupt you. But they'll also receive a certificate so that they can hang up on their wall, or do with it what they want. But as they become a sponsor, it'll state, that I sponsor, the returning youth, Dr. Khanna's Returning Youth Initiative, helping post-incarcerated individuals restore their lives and return their dreams, is what it says. And so when they become a corporate sponsor, that gets sent to them, and then they can choose to frame it, hang it on their wall, or do with it what they would like. But if they want to hang it up, and a lot of businesses will put those up when they sponsor, somebody, and we want to make sure that, internally, even in their own, offices and stuff, that they can get, internal recognition, because it may be a situation where somebody walks by and says, I have a friend that's post-incarcerated that's struggling. And then, now they can have a conversation, with their employer about it and about how to get in touch with us. So, and then we could also share the one. Yeah.
And we'll post those things in all of our facilities as well, so that when folks come in to, our Safe Haven facility or Home of Hope, any of our, county offices or whatever, they come in and see, we'll have a list of, we'll have the same indicators on our walls in our place, recognizing our sponsors, so that when they come in, people see this company, this employer, whatever, they are very friendly to our cause, to our initiative, to the concerns and struggles, and that, just all the different places that we can those touch points. It's wonderful. It's good. And a lot of these companies, when we approach them, they, it's the amount of times that I hear, oh my gosh, I didn't know anybody was doing this. I didn't know that this was a thing. And because they see, and they recognize that there are challenges, but they don't recognize the depth and the breadth of those challenges, that everybody's having some, but not everybody has the same. And the fact that we can, what we do is starting off with a case manager with that individual, recognizing their mental health needs, their developmental, educational, all these other needs, taking them through this path. And look, Sharon just on cue just kicked that up for us. But the job placement assistant career, it looks like she's done this a time or two. But the peer development, mentorship, educational things, all of those things, when we bring this to folks, you can see, it's always like I always talk about when I work with the young people, when I used to coach baseball, or I was doing Boy Scouts, or whatever these other activities were. You're working with young people and you see the light bulbs go off. You can almost visually see the light bulb turn on above their head, going, oh, I get what you're saying. And we sit and we talk with these corporate sponsors and we tell them what's going on, what we're doing, what the needs are. And you can see that same thing that I had teaching a little kid how to tie a knot in a rope. Teaching him how to do these little skills. You see that same thing pop above the head of a business owner going, oh my gosh, I see the need. I see how this impacts my community. I see how I can help to change somebody's life, change our community. And that's a powerful thing, because then that's how we create it. You have to get people engaged, and we have to get that. And I always joke about, I talk about things, and anybody that listens to this show anytime I'm on knows I talk, but I can talk about it all day, but when you ask me to put it down in writing, I can't. It's a difficult thing. Sharon has done a phenomenal job of bringing that to life, the excitement, just the options. And I think that's, that's what.
And Ashley, we cannot let,
well, you and your team, and
does.
Ashley, yes.
Oh, Ashley's amazing. So we can't let Ashley go unrecognized, because all the posts you see up every single day that pop up on our social media sites, it's all Ashley.
She's doing a great job with that. So, yeah. But no, it's awesome to see, just the outreach when people start becoming aware. It's like, wow, how can I help? I was at my bank yesterday talking to a guy. He says, and I handed him my business card. He says, Randy, what is this? What is your not-for-profit organization? So I explained to him, and he just stopped. He froze. He says, I just finished my master's degree in finance and entrepreneurship. And I said, then you need to come help me. You need to come work with us, and you need to do it, teach a class. And he says, let me know when and where.
Yeah.
And that's the reaction we get.
Okay, so since we've gotten on that subject of entrepreneurship and finance, actually, so I actually have a couple questions. And there was two slides that Sharon had put up. One was about the state sponsorship program and the different levels that are available at the state sponsorship program, as well as the national sponsorship program. Those were both of those. So I'm going to stick with the state for just a moment, right? Because I really liked it. What Returning Youth is all about, going into individual communities, smaller neighborhoods, communities, individual areas. It's a county by county level. This is very, very localized. It's not, it's national, but it's also on the county level. So it's very, very localized for people. And we do that so that we can really talk to community members. So with that in mind, I want to speak to the small business owners that may be looking at a program like this. If you are interested, if you are a small business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, and on the state level, becoming a member, you can become a member for as little as $1,000. For a corporate sponsorship, that is very little money. That is an affordable number.
And we'll work with them on how they pay for that. So, some people they'll want to pay for it, over the course of the year. Some people will want to pay for it all up front. We're open to that idea. You're a sponsor. When you take that sponsorship up, you're taking it up for, that year. So, we will work with them on that respect as well. So I don't want somebody to look at a number and say, oh, it's $15,000. Well, I can't afford $15,000, but, can you afford, it over the course of it, paying it every month?
Right. Right.
And yeah, it's very, we really went through this to make sure that this is something that is within reach of that small local business that maybe is just starting, or is, just is a niche, just wants to, get some stuff that they want to show their support. We want to, we want them to be included. We want to be able to work with them. That's something, because you're right. The local aspect of this initiative is what makes it succeed. That national power and being able to work it at the county level, individualizing that for every person.
Awesome. So all of these are annual numbers. These state
annual sponsor
are annual numbers.
So whenever they sign up, it renews a year from there.
So for those of you who cannot see this beautiful chart that we're looking at, you can become a member for $1,000. Bronze membership or bronze sponsorship is $5,000, and you get a lot of amazing benefits there. Silver sponsorship moves up to $10,000. Gold is $15,000, and platinum is $20,000. All of those things could include various levels of website shouts out and state event recognition, state event tickets availability, social media acknowledgement and shout outs, and quarter newsletter acknowledgement. And so definitely go and visit our website at Returning Youth so that you can see the different levels of state and national sponsorship and all those different various programs that we offer. Can you guys talk to me a little bit about what the tax benefit is for the small business owner, since this is a nonprofit organization?
Yeah, and being that as a corporate sponsor, this is obviously, I always tell people you have to check with your accountant, but for the purpose of the fact that this isn't like being a sponsor of like an event where you have to take off the cost of what the event cost is. For the most part, normally sponsorships like this on a large corporate sponsorship like this, normally majority of that amount is 100% tax, be able to be tax write off. Because if you're sponsoring a particular event and there's a cost involved in the event of like so much per plate or whatever, there's a calculation process that has to be involved in it. But when you're normally a corporate sponsor in this fact, there normally is no deductions off of the amount that, being able to write off that full amount.
Now, as full disclosure, everyone should consult, as Sharon said, consult with your individual tax return preparer and your, your own legal situation. Everybody's may vary, but yes, that's the benefit of it being this way. Is it does make it much easier for them to gain the deductibility, the tax benefits of the entire amount that they pledge and they donate.
Yeah. One of the things that I really love about on the national sponsorship level, if you're a premium platinum level, when we give out our national awards banquet on an annual basis, you get to pick an award that is named after your organization or named after somebody that, it's important that, that you want it to be named after. So, you get name recognition even on one of the awards that will be given out that night by being a premium platinum level. So not only do you get all the other great things that come along with being a, platinum level or a national level sponsor, but one of the big things is at that level on a national sponsorship side, you actually get an award that's given out on an annual basis, to somebody within, nationally that does something that's just outstanding within what we do. And it could be, those awards rate from people who are doing things at a more local level that are impacting lives, to things that are doing, impacting lives on a more national level, to individuals within our own programs that have done amazing, things. So, we do plan to have a big national awards banquet every single year and recognize, all the people across the nation that are involved in our organization want to come and we'll have different awards that will be, be given out. Kind of, coming back to Dorothy's from a few weeks ago, her Heroes in the Hood program, where they recognize, outstanding individuals that, have, don't have the best living opportunities, but still make something out of that and give back to their community.
Yeah, and yeah, that can be anything from, Sharon said, it can be an award that we give out, a plaque. It could be potentially, depending upon what you're interested in, to scholarships and anything, along that line. We can, that's something that we would that when you get to that level that we would work with you, and that's something that that's part of it. And that's a big thing that shows, and again, even at that amount, that's a, for that level of benefit, that level of what you're receiving, that's a reasonable number. That's not a $200,000 for a corporate national premium platinum sponsorship is, yeah, obviously, the mom and pop store down on the corner, that's not that out of their reach, but that's something that's very, reasonable, I think. And we can get a great value, not only to our partners, but, what we can provide with that, utilizing that with that partner, the return on that is amazing. And so, we're just excited to enroll this and just show, give those people that have reached out to us, those companies that, the ones that have reached out to us and said, how can we help? And then companies that when we talk to them, we find out, we had a Chamber of Commerce meeting and you're sitting there having a, grab a nacho chip or whatever next to a person in the finance department of a big corporation. Wow, this is what we do. And you can, they want to be involved, and that's the thing is, and it's exciting. And our participants in our program, their families, they receive that benefit. They live that, they get to see, and again, it gives us the opportunity to build that bridge, and fix that gap between those two segments of society, the post-incarcerated folks and the folks that are out wanting to help. And it's just a powerful situation, and watching that bridge be built, watching that synergy form is, it's humbling for me to see when people, light up and they say, wow, Ryan, what you and, what Dr. Khanna and that organization, what you all are trying to do, said, no one has attempted this. No one is doing what you're doing. But we see the planning that you've put forth, and how so on work. It's not people aren't looking at it going, okay, well, if you're successful in this, we're looking at it and people are saying, okay, this is going to work when you're successful, when this gets to our community, when this gets to let's make it happen. And this is the way we can make it happen. If you're interested in being a partner, you want to bring this to your community, reach out to us on here. We'll be, I'll be on a plane. I'll be there in your town, and we can set this thing up. And it's, we want people to partner with us. We want to reach out because the need is everywhere, and we want to, the local folks, the state level folks, the county level folks, they know where the need is in their community, and we need them to help us find the people that need our help. So
yeah. I think too, like I was talking to somebody earlier today on the phone, and they own a construction company out in North Carolina. And, I've talked to them multiple times now since we've had Melvin Price on our show, and what he does, with his program in North Carolina, and they want to partner with him because they're struggling to find employees. And then I was talking to him about becoming a corporate sponsor, and he said, well, I don't know if I can really afford that right now. And I said, it's $2.73 a day. I said, don't have one of your coffees.
That's the way you look at it.
No, not having coffee. I mean, we need a
She is going a little extreme there, Angelica. I get that, but it's
Coffee is
Maybe
not
Maybe don't get the
simple.
large size. Maybe get the smaller size.
Get the smaller one.
When I've done corporate sponsorship in the past, I really have broke it down to what it costs a business a day.
Yeah.
Because if you break it down to what it costs them a day, they begin to realize how small it is to make an impact. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, just
And how
to
quickly
be a
they're gonna
bronze
do-
sponsor, it's $13. Okay, so don't go out to lunch every day. I mean, I don't know, you know.
Six figures is less than $300 a day.
There you go. That's right. And it's, and there's so many things that, and again, we understand, for some folks, it is things are tough. The economy is coming back, but it's not back from some of the things that people have felt with the pandemic and all of those unfortunate things. But I also say this is a great way of getting your name out, letting people know, getting a new community of people that maybe didn't know about your company,
Right.
letting them know about you. And that's something, because we will work with our partners to push that name out.
And that's the key. Brand awareness is key. And one of the
Mhm.
things that, we did see on that spreadsheet, on that chart, was about media advertising, specifically social media. It's a strong way to get brand awareness of your corporation, of your brand out there. And, television is a strong way to do that too. So is outdoor. Print media, and as well as radio, like we are on WPAT 930 AM in New York right now. But social media is one of those strong things because it's nationwide all the time.
And it's where you are every moment. Yeah, every moment you are, it's there with you. Yes.
Yeah. So what would be those social media advantages for our corporation, our corporate sponsors? What does that look like? The annual acknowledgement, what does that look like?
So we actually highlight their particular business on social media and give them a shout out. And then every once in a while, we'll do like, hey, just wanted to acknowledge our, state sponsors for the state of Iowa. And then maybe, the next week it might be, we're going to acknowledge our, state sponsors for this. And, so we put their sponsors up on the post and then recognize them within that as well. So, the biggest thing is just to, thank them, and give them a little bit of acknowledgement and talk a little bit about, their impact that, they're having in this, and a little bit about what their business does, so that people go and, want to, especially if it's a retail or, online type store, that they, people want to go out there and support them for what they do and, what they're doing to help us. So, it's not per se like their logo is going to be on our page, something like that, but it is acknowledging the fact that they've donated, and then continuing to acknowledge, that they've donated. As well as, they're all going to be on the newsletters. We do quarterly newsletters by state. And then we do a national newsletter, which our first national newsletter is going to be coming out in the middle of September. So if you want to get our newsletter, go to returningyouth.com. There's a pop-up screen that's going to pop up in the middle of your page about 5 seconds after you get on there, and just click that you want to get our newsletter. But of course, if you want to volunteer, you want to do other things, there's lots of options, several different options within that pop-up of ways that you can get involved. So but if you just merely want to see our newsletter to get the latest and greatest of what's going on, you could actually select updates. So when we open a new facility in a state, you'll get an email, with that particular update specifically. So you can select multiple different options. Just go to returningyouth.com and wait for the pop-up in the middle of the screen.
Amazing. That is,
so that got added 2 weeks ago.
It's come a long way in the last, as we watch this grow. We keep telling you, Angelica, it's coming. It's growing. The excitement is building for what Dr. Khanna is doing, and now we're able to let what Sharon and her team and all of us here have been working on in the background is now ready to come to the surface, and we can now unveil these things and say, bam, here we are, folks. Be ready. Dr. Khanna is coming to your town. He's, maybe not himself personally, but his initiative is coming to your town. And yeah, he would probably, not like I'm promising him to go every place. He's already busy enough. But our initiative will be coming to your town, to your community. We are here. We are here to help. We are here to be informed. We want, as Sharon said, if you want to contact, if you want to volunteer, you want to do this, if you want to share your story and tell us what your struggle is like, if you're post-incarcerated or you have a family member that's post-incarcerated, or you want to share your story with us, let us know, hey, this is what my needs were. This is how I felt. This is why Dr. Khanna's initiative is valuable. This is why it's changing lives, because of the things it addresses, the needs of folks. And that's what we're, if you've got a story to tell, everybody's got a story to tell, but if you're a post-incarcerated individual with a story to tell, your struggles, share that. We'd love to hear it. And then if you want to, if it's something that you're comfortable, we would love to be able to take parts of that story, who you are, and talk about your successes, what you're doing. However, if you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. It just also helps to to enlighten and guide us to make sure that the programming that we are providing, the things that we're doing, continue to be state of the art. That they serve the actual needs of the participants, and that if we can make things, if we need to change things and modify it, we want to know that. So please, reach out to us with any success stories, any, if something is, additional struggle that we're not seeing, please let us know, because we want to provide that and add that to our repertoire of things that we can do to help folks.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been talking, Ryan, the last couple of weeks here about credit repair and how important it is, and that's something that we're going to be looking into. So if you have a credit repair company and it's something that you've done in the past, you've worked with individuals who are post-incarcerated, reach out to us. We'd love to talk. It's an area we know that we need to, embrace, and we're realizing more and more and talking to post-incarcerated individuals just what a struggle it is for them coming out of prison, having had, car loans or whatever it may be when they went in, student loans, whatever, and they're in prison for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Well, now they're judgments when they come out, and now they can't even get an apartment because they have no established credit, and the credit that they do have that's sitting out there is horrendous.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, they're released with the money in their pocket and maybe a little bit, and they don't know where to go, and that's something that and every state has different programs available for them. Some are much better than others, and but we want to, that's one of the things. Reach out to us. We will work to put folks in contact with those resources. And that's to do, because that's an area that we can talk about the mental health aspects, and everybody's like, oh, that makes sense, but you don't think about when you go in there, like Sharon said, you have a car payment that didn't get made for 2 years, or or a student loan that didn't get made. You have these other things that you were doing a great job with, perhaps, and they're gone. You had no way of continuing that. Now we have to help you get that back and show that what are the ways to help you restore that in a quick way, and then just help, because there's so many things, but that is a wonderful thing. It's just helping people get that fresh start that they truly deserve, because they when you go to prison, everybody talks about, okay, you did your time, you paid your debt to society, and they did, and most people acknowledge, but when they come out, that for the vast majority of this population, folks, they unfortunately, they're still paying the debt, because they still have that burden. They still have that yoke of that credit, that the reputation,
yeah.
They have this gap in the resume. They have the occupation they were in, technology's passed them by. We've got to we got to bridge those gaps, and that's what that's the thing is we don't we've got an amazing team of people out here working this, but we don't know we don't. And people will say, oh, Ryan's going to admit, I don't know everything. We don't know everything. I don't admit that often, but I do.
Write that on the calendar.
Write that on the calendar. I'm admitting I do not know everything. But no, it's it's an issue that, that we're always we want to know more. We want to know how we can help. What are the issues facing you? And we'll find a solution. There's solutions out there. There are solutions out there. We have the resources and the people to make that happen. We just got to know about them. So, if that's something that you can help us with, it's something that any of our listeners, any of our viewers, anybody that has something, click on that volunteer button, click on that button and on our website, and you can donate, you can volunteer your time, you can tell us a story, you can upload to follow through. At some point in time, there's something for everyone. It's kind of like the Barnum and Bailey circus. There's something for everyone when you come to our website. Everybody can do something. Everybody can help in some way. Everybody can be assisted. They can help. They can, there's a benefit to be received, and that's what this is about. Is we want to reach out, and that's why we come on. We're on the radio so much. We want people in the New York area that are listening to us on WPAT to be aware of all the great things we're doing. What's the potential out there, the ways that they can help, all of the social media platforms that we're streaming on, nationwide. Because hey, people in Montana, there's a different world, and that they have different needs and different things going on there than they do in New York, in the New York area. Yeah. But you know what? We can, we're there for all of them, and everybody's going to reach in, and everybody's had some of the same concerns and same problems. Let's all, let's just make this thing continue to grow, because it's phenomenal. It really, really is. And, it's and I overstate it, and people are like, oh yeah, you're whatever. But no, it's, it's, when you can see the impact that it can have on an individual's life, on a community, bringing businesses into a community. Food deserts, all of a sudden you've got a grocery store, you've got somebody in there, you've got places that you don't have, you don't have resources, and all of a sudden, wow, there's a community center, there's a place where young adults can go and just hang out, just go in and play pool and listen to music and take an art class or whatever, learn things, just be together and make friends. And those are things that are needed in virtually every community. It needs something along this line we can find, and it's, we just want to reach out. We want, if you're a corporation, you're a business owner, and you have the ability or the, desire, please look it up. Please do that. If you're an individual and you just want to do it, and step in, hey, be like my guy at the bank, I'll if you tell me something, I can do this. I've got friends that are hairdressers, that are and makeup artists. And how can we help? Can we help someone, somebody coming out of prison, give them a fresh haircut before they go on a job interview, help them, people get, those kind of things together. Just to everybody has that.
It's more than just a fresh haircut. It's more than just a new makeup outfit. That improves people's confidence.
Absolutely.
And they're able to actually be a better candidate because they actually have more self-esteem and confidence in themselves when they're in that interview. It's so much more than just having your hair done or having your makeup on, you know what I mean? Or having a clean outfit, all of that stuff. It's deeper rooted,
Absolutely. And the psychological impact that those simple everyday kind of things can have. They're simple and everyday to me, but to the folks that are affected by this, it is truly can be life changing, and it's life restorative, and that's what it's about. It's not anybody with any whatever skill set you have. Everyone has something to offer, and that's the beauty of what Dr. Khanna has done here, is that there's not a person out here that I've encountered that we can't find something way that they can help if they want to help, financially, or, as we talked about last week, if you've balanced a budget, if you've balanced a checkbook, if you've gone grocery shopping and clipped coupons, and That's a skill in and of itself. That is definitely a life skill that folks can carry forward. We can make, and that makes a huge difference, being able to do that and not just going, okay, I'm going up. All right, today, I got to go get breakfast. I'm running up to the grocery store to get breakfast and come back. No, let's plan this out, plan out a budget, those are skills that my mother was a master of that. And that's one of those great things. She taught a lot of things, but that is one of those things. Every time I look back at that, I said, wow, we used to grumble, oh my gosh, here she is again, clipping coupons and going out doing this and saving this and doing this rebate. But you know what? We got through some tough times with that. That allowed us, and that made made my siblings and I a little more appreciative, a little more frugal. That gives you more, and those are skills that a lot of people don't have if you don't see that. And those type of things, anything you can do, we can find a benefit. We can find a use for it.
And I think even just when people see, they go and they get their hair cut by somebody, maybe that now becomes something that they realize they're passionate about. And now it becomes something that we can get them into, a program that allows them to be a cosmetologist. And, so I think sometimes even just having people come in and, talk to them even about the things that they do. And especially in the trade industry, things like that, like, just being able to be a plumber or somebody who is, has their CDL license, that drives a truck, that, that's a hairdresser, or, maybe you're great at art and you want to become a tattoo artist. I mean, it's endless, the opportunities that are out there. And it's really, we've taken pride in exploring and talking to people about what they like and what they're passionate about. And a lot of times, we've talked about, you can't make everybody's dream come true. And you're absolutely correct, we can't. But if it's a realistic dream and they're passionate about it, there's nothing that stops them and us working together to figure out a way to make it happen for them. And that's, another, it comes back to that corporate sponsorship piece. I mean, it's not just running our organization that we need funds to, we don't just need funds to open up a safe haven and keep the lights on and keep employees there to make sure that there's always a place somebody can go to that they feel safe at in one of our community centers. But it's also about making sure that when they need cash and they need, a scholarship to get into a program to become a cosmetologist or to become, to get their license, or to get their mechanics degree, that the funds are there within that state to offer those scholarships and offer those opportunities to the people. So, I mean, a lot of times people are like, well, how much money goes into, running this? Well, honestly, like, we've not ran enough for 12 or 24 or 36 months to figure out what our exact costs are, but the costs are not high to do what we do. And so the money that we bring in, a lot of it has the ability to go make new lives for these people. And that's a big thing for us, because if we can't do that, then we're not accomplishing what, we're not, how they say, putting your money on the road and making it happen. We have to be out there and be supportive of people. The other thing I don't think people understand about our organization is we're committing 2 years to a person. So, I mean, they're not just coming in, and we're not just a clearinghouse. They're not coming in and leaving as fast as we can get them out. They can come into our program, and if they take 2 years to completely get through it, they're there. We're not leaving their side. We're going to be there to see it through. If they're committed, we're committed with them.
Mm.
And
that's
the
for
other thing with that
housing,
is
job opportunities, for mental health services,
Everything.
all of those
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
all of those services. And if we come up and we get to the point and we say, hey, this person's not getting the results that they hope for, they're not making the progress, we have the ability to go back and assess, what are we doing? What can we be doing better? How can we meet their needs? And that's the beauty of being that local basis that we've talked about repeatedly today. Is, we have that they're assigned a case manager when they come into our program. They sign up as a member. They get a case manager that works directly with them to ask them those critical questions. What is your dream, and how can we get you there? and what, and then working with them. And, as I said, some people, yes, I told them, I said, I can help you with a lot of dreams. I can't make you the third baseman of the Los Angeles Dodgers. That something is either going to happen or not going to happen, but we can help you get into with this business, this field, whatever you want to be. We can, put you in touch with the right people, put you in touch with the right training, and put you on that path. As long as you show, as long as you're wanting to do it, we want to help you. And that's the situation that we are. And if we can get you there and get you placed in 6 months, absolutely phenomenal. If we go a year and a half, 2 years, and you're still dealing with this, dealing with things, and you're struggling, your program you're progressing, wonderful. Hey, let's talk about it. Let's get you going. I'm still going to be, I said, I'll still be available, for people to call or initially, at any point in time. That's the beauty of it, is it's like anything else. We're just in the infancy, really, compared to some other organizations that are out there. But I envision, we'll have an alumni unit, alumni group, just as much as all of the universities that you have out there that are rooting for their football teams on Saturdays in the fall, whatever. We'll have that alumni network. We'll have folks that can come back in and check back in with Dr. Khanna and Sharon and myself 5-10 years down the road and say, hey, I came in here, I did this, and you put me on this path, and now you put me on a path to be an electrician. Now I own, now I've got 6 guys working for me. We have 2 shops. We've got this contract, and this is where we're going. Mm-hmm. And and we can continue to monitor that. And those folks, those success stories that are just out there, they're creating, they're writing, those folks can come back in and they can become they become the corporate sponsors. They can be the mouthpiece so that people don't have to listen to my ugly mug talking about this every week. We can put other folks out here saying, hey, this success story, this awesome human being, this incredible entrepreneur, this dynamic go-getter, made a mistake when he was 14 years old, and look where he is now. He's done these great, and that's what it's about. And and it's just, watching these folks grow and develop. It's just like anything else. Give them a chance. Give them that hope again. Give them that, as Sharon said, we can't fulfill everybody's dream, but sometimes giving them the ability to have that dream is a huge step in the right direction. And then we can just fill in from there. And that's what it's about, is, just changing that mindset, changing their view of themselves, and then society's view of them as well. And that's where our corporate sponsors come in. And, community involvement is paramount to all of this. So again, I'm gonna beat the dead horse again. But if you're in a position to help, if what Sharon and Angelica and I have talked about today or last several weeks tugs at your heart, tugs at your compassion, or it just makes them, what is this crazy man talking about? Please go out to our website, explore it, reach out to us, ask us questions. How can I help in my neighborhood? How can I help in my community? Why do I, and ask me that question that I get asked all the time. What makes what you guys do different than other people? We can,
it's not even about it being different. Yes, it is a different program. Mm-hmm. But it's not even about being different. It's about being here and available. Yeah, it's like, well, what are you doing different? It's like, we're doing something. We're here. Yeah. We're here. We're in this community. We're in this neighborhood. We're in this county. And so these services are needed, regardless of whether we're doing something different from someone else. We are needed. We are needed. It's like Ralph's and Vaughn's don't do anything differently. They're both grocery stores, or Kroger and Giant are both grocery stores. People need access to food just as much as they need access to mental health services and employment services and housing services when you are a post-incarcerated individual. And so that's what we are here to do. We are here to provide those services.
Right. That is a critical thing, and that's the thing I love about what we do, is that we engage with our local partners, because I can sit out where in my home, and I can talk, and we can talk over the radio all day long. But if I'm not there, if there's not people on the ground with their boots on the ground, walking through that neighborhood and doing the work that, that's what it's important. So that's why that state level sponsorship, that local, that $1,000, $5,000 membership level, those folks are critical, because that's how we get started. That's how we show our presence in your community, is because, Ethel's grocery store down the
that's also
street
why we
wants to
don't
help.
see Dr.
Yes.
Khanna every single week, because
Absolutely.
we do strongly believe in boots on the ground, where our team members are actively flying across the country
Yes.
every single week, so that we can have these corporate sponsorship programs and partnerships happen, so that we can engage additional counties, so that we can have a place to have these various safe havens. And so the work of the team, I mean, wow, all of us, we're doing it, just extraordinary work. I thank you, Sharon, and I thank you, Ryan, for both being here today, for talking to us about all of the amazing things and all the amazing programs that are going on a corporate level for businesses, for entrepreneurs, for corporations, so that they can also get involved, because this is expanding more than just our post-incarcerated individuals, but expanding to those people that can offer assistance and help and partnerships for post-incarcerated people, and letting them know that they have support from these corporations, as well as from the Returning Youth Program. The Returning Youth Program is that hub that is kind of keeping it all together. And so I applaud you guys for the work that you guys have been doing and continuing to do. Thank you for that. And we're just going to keep on going as we get to other counties. We are getting ready to wrap it up for today. I want to thank you both for being here. And for those of you who are listening, please visit returningyouth.com. We cannot say it enough. If you want to participate, if you want to donate, you can just go to our website, click that donate now button. Also, if you are looking to participate, if you want to be a county manager, if you want to offer any of your services, your skill sets, your life experiences, you want to tell us your story, please navigate through the website and get in contact with any one of our team members. You can do that all at returningyouth.com. And also, please be sure to follow us on our various social medias. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on YouTube. And of course, we are here every single Friday on WPAT 9:30 a.m. in New York. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week from 3 to 4. Bye.